What if believing in yourself is all that you have left right now? When I hit rock bottom, that's when I started believing in myself the most, because I had nothing left to lose. When you have nothing left to lose, then what's the harm in believing in yourself fully? We believe day in, day out negative things about ourselves. We always have limiting beliefs about how we are not good enough. But what if we change the narrative and start telling ourselves how we are? Start telling ourselves how we can make it and how we will make it no matter what, no matter whatever anyone has ever told you. What if you tell yourself day in, day out, you're gonna make it, you're gonna make it. I didn't grow up in a childhood where my parents told me, oh my God, you should believe in yourself, you should be confident. No, I was told the opposite. I looked at my parents and everyone around me and I thought, I don't want to live like you guys. I don't want to have a future like you guys. So what did I have to do? I have to do things differently. I had no choice but to believe in myself. I had no choice but to be delusional and think that somehow everything that I've ever went through was not in vain. Everything that you're going through right now is not in vain. Anything that you're going through is growing you. So if you're in this position, I'm telling you, one day you will look back at this time and you'll think, I'm so grateful that this happened, because now I have the knowledge that I needed back then. Now I'm a bigger person than I was back then. But you have to make that decision to take all of that knowledge and use it for something better. Use it to grow yourself.
Before we get into this video, let's talk therapy. And not just any therapy, let's talk BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a paid partner of this video, and BetterHelp is on a mission to make therapy much easier. BetterHelp is an online platform where therapists and their clients can communicate effectively. I love BetterHelp because I don't like leaving my house, and if I need to find a therapist, that is the easiest thing for me to do, just online from the comfort of my own home. And also, if I don't like the therapist that I matched with originally, BetterHelp gives me the option to switch therapists with no additional charge, which in real life, that would literally not happen. To get started, you fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with a therapist in as little as a few days. You can schedule video, phone, or message-based sessions, whatever you are most comfortable with. So if you think that you might benefit from therapy, then please click the link in the description down below or visit betterhelp.com/wizardliz to get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.
Hi guys, my name is Liz and welcome back to my channel. Okay, let's get right into it. First things first, get rid of the limiting beliefs from your environment. See, how do our thoughts get created? It's when we are born as babies, as children, we look at our parents. We look at the way they think, we look at the way they behave, and we start adapting those beliefs and behaviors. If your parents have a limiting belief about money, you will have a limiting belief about money because you grew up that way. You know, I really imagine a world if I grew up in a way where my parents never put fear onto me of other people, or, oh, don't do this because that will ruin the reputation. Oh, don't do this and that. I would never have felt insecure, embarrassed, or anything. I would just be myself authentically, and I would have never felt like I had to dim myself. But because from a child age, the parents, they put that into you, you act in a way subconsciously that is always dimming your light. But honey, dimming your light will not get you anywhere. Dimming your light hasn't gotten your parents anywhere. So you have to look at what will get me the furthest. In 2013, there was a study conducted where they made male mice smell cherry blossom, and anytime they would smell it, they would zap and electrocute their feet. So anytime they did that, the male mice started to learn that cherry blossom smell is associated with pain, and they had fear of the smell of cherry blossom. Then they took the male mice and they made them breed with female mice that never had electrocution, that didn't have that issue. So they made children together, and when they had the children, these children would immediately fear or get nervous when they smelled cherry blossom. They knew it because it was in their gene and in their biology to not do that. Now you have to imagine how much of your limiting beliefs or how much of your insecurities are just from your parents that you inherited through gene and DNA. Maybe it's not you. So start really asking yourself, do I believe this about myself? Or is it something that I got from my mother, got from my father, from my ancestors? And you can rewire those beliefs. You know at what advantage you are if you just believe in yourself? Because 99% of people do not believe in themselves. 99% of people are afraid of others' opinions, are afraid to look embarrassed, and they don't think that they can do that thing. But you have that 1% that just believes in themselves, that doesn't care, they make it. So if you become of that 1%, you don't have a lot of competition. You really, really don't. Another thing is the law of conformity. This basically means that no matter how hard you try to do something, your environment will always dictate who you are. This is very, very true. If you are trying to love yourself constantly or believe in yourself that you can do something, but you have someone around you constantly in your ear telling you, you will not achieve that, you cannot do that, at some point you're gonna start to believe that person over yourself because this is the environment you have. If you live in a household where this is the case, then try to minimize contact with these people. Try to stay at work as much as you can. Try to stay away from them as much as you can, or in your room, don't engage with them. If this is your relationship for you, or your boss at work, your colleagues, or these are your friends, then try to change your environment. For me, the environment that I grew up in, the country that I grew up in, I never felt like it was open-minded enough for me to create. So I moved immediately when I met my ex-partner. I moved immediately where he was living, and my career started exploding after that immediately. In the country that I was growing up, social media was really looked down upon. They would like kind of laugh at you. It was like that kind of mindset. So I moved to a country where you have a lot of entrepreneurs, where they're doing social media. And then I just felt like I could expand so much faster. So if you are not changing, maybe you need to change your environment. Start believing that you deserve to take up space. My sister showed me this TikTok video of this beautiful woman. She has an autoimmune disease which made her extremely skinny, and someone had commented on her stuff like, oh, you're so ugly. And she responded to that and she was like, even though you think I'm ugly, I deserve to take up space. I deserve to put my content out there, and I deserve to be seen. Even though I'm not what you like, I deserve to be here. I just think that's so beautiful and powerful. It's just realizing that no matter what anyone tells you, no matter that you think that you're not good enough, just being here means that you're a miracle and means that you're allowed to take up space. God didn't put you on earth to not take up space. There was space for you, and that's why you came to this earth. That's why you have a mission on this earth and you have a purpose. But that purpose cannot be fulfilled because your lack of self-belief is blocking the purpose. No one is holding you back. You are holding yourself back. Don't give anyone power over you to think that they can take something from you or make you feel something. They can't make you feel anything if you don't allow yourself to feel it. Also, resistance is what lowers the vibration. For example, I get a comment like, oh, I think she's so ugly. Now, if I will resist, like, oh, I'm not ugly. No, I'm not ugly. I do really look good, all these things. Then I'm lowering my vibration because I'm putting so much energy into something that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you think I'm good looking or whether you think I'm not good looking. It matters how I show up for myself day in, day out. It matters how I feel about myself. You really have to ask yourself, why should I feel any less about myself because someone else cannot see me the way I see myself? Why would you give someone power like that? If you just accept like, I am ugly to you, and that is okay. It can just pass through. The more you try to resist being angry, the more you try to resist being sad, the more you try to resist all these emotions, is the more you'll feel worse and worse, and your energy goes into resisting it instead of letting it pass through. I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna even cry for a month. Let me cry. I'm gonna be angry. I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna shout. Let me do that. It doesn't matter. But when it's done, and I can move on from that. Another part of believing in yourself is becoming okay with not being chosen and not being liked. A lot of people will not like you in life, and that is just the harsh truth. Especially if you're trying to do something on social media, you'll get a lot of backlash even the more you grow. You'll have to accept it. You'll have to come to a point where these people will not like me or these people will not choose me. You guys all go, oh, I'm crying, guy didn't want me, all these things. But what about it? What about it? Does that determine your worth? Just because someone said, I don't like you? You know how many times I heard I don't like you? And I don't care. Why should I care about what they think in their world about me? I cannot allow that in. Liz is the owner of her world. And if